Among the families trying to pick up the pieces, we had an Appalachian Regional Healthcare employee, Leanne McIntyre. She joins us now to talk about what she went through and what's next. First of all, Leanne, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. And let's talk a little bit about the day all of this started happening. Where were you? Were you at home? Were you at work?
Yeah.
What was it?
So it was raining, and I didn't really think much of it. I knew there was a possibility of a flood, but I didn't know the extent of it. And so I put my kids and I went to bed, and we were asleep. And in the middle of the night, well, not in the middle of the night, about 1 o'clock, I heard my garage doors open, and it was my parents. And so I thought someone was breaking in, because I'd still had no clue. She couldn't reach me by cell phone or house phone, and she came down, and my stepdad brought her and was headed back to home to offer any assistance in case it flooded. So she's like, it's gonna flood. You may want to get prepared. So I went to put a coat and shoes on, and at that time it hadn't even crossed the road, the floodwaters. And so I was going to move my car to higher grounds. And by the time I got to my porch, the floodwaters had already got in my driveway, picked up my SUV, and I watched it float down the road.
It all happened that quickly.
Very quickly, so quickly. After that, we knew it was going to get in the house, so we rushed downstairs to a family room, and we started picking up more valuable things that we wanted to keep and putting them on higher shelves, or even packing them upstairs, not thinking the floodwaters would just get on the floor. Right. While we were there, the floodwaters started rushing in and coming up our legs, and so we knew we had to wake the kids up and get out of the house. We actually went out the back door. By the time we got all the kids dressed, a little bag with like a change of clothes, because we knew we were going to get muddy, and went out the back door, the basement was completely underwater, and we walked along beside a fence line and the flood waters to get out to a gate to climb the mountain to get to a neighbor's house.
Wow, gosh. And the whole time you're talking, it's just chills.
I know, me too.
What has it been like for you, you know, a year later? Where are you guys at? You know, what has that looked like for you?
So my mom experienced it all with us. Like, she climbed the mountain with us because she stayed that night with us. So we are currently living with her still. I'm rebuilding my house at the location. I debate whether I'm crazy or not, because, you know, a lot of people moved from the area in fear. But it was our home, and it's never, ever got into our house before. So I felt like it really was just a natural disaster, and we may be safe moving back in.
So when you say rebuilding, are you sort of a complete rebuild? Did it get swept away? I mean, what happened?
So as we sat on our neighbor's porch all night long, it was, you know, pitch dark when we went up there, and the electricity went out throughout the night. But we watched, we had a tow truck garage across the road, and within minutes, and without me even really seeing it, it went down. The whole garage, everything went down the creek. And a tow truck garage is pretty high, you know, pretty tall, and so I was kind of worried about that. But no, we got to keep most of the shell of our house, and we just kind of rebuild a new layout. I did take the opportunity to build on just a little bit, because we're down to 2x4s, and I've tried to be real positive there in this situation, and make lemonade out of lemons.
And what was it like for you to see the community step up and help out? You know, what type of help did you receive?
It's been great. I tell people during this horrible time, we really got to see some fantastic things. People's hearts, when I thought, you know, people didn't have it in them anymore. We saw people come from out of state and hand us gift cards and food, and just offer to come and like help, because it was emotional to clean your house out and throw all of your belongings away. So there was even a time where I stayed and I tried to help, and then there was a time I had to leave, because just the emotions of someone watching you throw everything you own in a pile across the road was hard. But I can't tell you how blessed I am to work for ARH. I know they're doing this back to school supply drive right now, but throughout this, the day after, the support was just calling. The first couple calls I even got was from some coworkers to make sure I was okay, and then you know they've given us mattresses, and not just us, but it was a community. I know some people received furniture, money. They've encouraged me to go through the long-term recovery group, and they really want us and all flood victims to get the most help that you can get.
Sure.
And you need
Yes.
it.
And, oh, you do, absolutely.
We appreciate your story, and we love that you're getting back on track.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.